Hello everyone, my name is Divyan Jain and I would like to go through a topic on comparative advantage. So these are some key definitions which come within advantage. One of them is absolute advantage, which tells us who is the best at doing the task, but it doesn't really say to us who's actually going to do the task. Opportunity cost is the cost of the next best alternative that must be given up in order to get it. Comparative advantage is about producing a good at the lowest opportunity cost possible than the trading partners. Gains of trade is the extra output, which is produced after allocating each person to do a particular task in an organization. This is the formula for calculating the opportunity cost for each task. It is equal to the time taken to complete the task and divided by the time taken to complete the alternative task of the current task. This is one example of calculating the opportunity cost, absolute advantage and comparative advantage from the following data. As you can see that it takes 1 hour to produce 2 units of cheese for English workers or 3 units of bread. For 1 hour, it will take Spanish workers to produce 1 unit of cheese or 4 units of bread. When you apply the opportunity cost principle or formula from the previous slide, we can see that we have divided all of the values by the alternative tasks. So the lowest opportunity cost for underneath the bread column is for English workers. So English workers have comparative advantage in producing bread. Underneath the cheese column, Spanish workers have a lowest opportunity cost in producing cheese, which shows that Spanish workers have a comparative advantage in producing cheese. From the above table, from the table at the top, you can see that bread, like English workers have absolute advantage in producing bread as they produce more units of it compared to cheese in an hour. And Spanish workers have the same as well as English workers because they produce 4 units of bread each hour compared to 1 unit of cheese. Markets offer training, the opportunity to specialize according to the comparative advantage. So what this means is that they provide training on producing a particular good, where a service has a comparative advantage on producing that good compared to its trading partner, as this can help save the time to produce each type of good for both of the countries, which is very beneficial. In the previous example, we have seen markets would offer specialization for the English workers on producing bread as they had a relatively comparative advantage. In the previous example as well, we saw that Spanish workers had a comparative advantage in producing cheese, so they would opt for specialization for the Spanish workers who produce cheese. This is one of the real life examples I would like to go through. And so the real life example over here is so for producing wheat, as you can see, China has the lowest opportunity cost because it is half, and in this case, it's 0.8 in order for producing wheat. And on the other hand, India has the comparative advantage on producing potatoes. I hope you guys have enjoyed my video. Thank you.